What a beautiful fall morning here. See a lot of them trees up there. A lot of them have already fallen off, but there are still some good colored ones up there. Corn's all pretty much turned gold for the most part. So finally starting to dry out just a little bit after all the rain we got. Cows out here. Now the reason we're watching these cows here this morning is because when we brought Spotty over, and Little Man of course, the 3 steers here that we got are over here. Well, we're watching Mama because it looks like it may be time to breed her back. So kind of just watching the steers work and her work, you know, whether we need to call the breeder or not, whether she's in good standing heat or not. You know, also need to check her as well just to see. Little Man's 2 months old, so usually we would wait until he's just shy of 3 to breed back, but since she's in good standing heat, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what we want to do here. We got to make up our mind quick because our breeder has a call time of 11 in the morning. So if we want to breed, I think it's 10:30 or 11 in the morning. So what we're wanting to do is basically we're going to power wash the deck of the trailer off, and of course the sides. I get some of that green moldiness off the side of it. Why we want to do this is we hauled some hay, and let me tell you what, that stuff, whatever's on there right now, is so slippery right now. I mean, it's like standing on ice. So we want to get that washed off, get it cleaned up before we put it away for winter. You know, we're still going to be using it, but at least then it's going to be all cleaned up and ready to go. Well, the trailer is all clean now, so that project's done. Also did the back of the wheel wells of the truck and all that too, just for the fun of it, I guess. So hopefully that'll clean up the mess that we had. I also ran the broom over it just to try to get a little bit extra. It's still a little slippery, but of course the wood's, you know, wood's always a little slippery when it's wet. I was getting bales last night, kind of had a little oops up there, but you know, that happens. So once this thing dries out, we'll be putting it under cover for now, so that way it doesn't get any dirtier. I'll put it in the upstairs of the barn, just that way it's out of the weather and we can grab it whenever we need to. So what we did the other day, so we went and bought 6 wrap bales, just a kind of a little bit of an assurance thing for us to make sure we'd make it through the winter. These are 5 foot wide by 4 foot tall, so that's why they look a little bit different than ours. As you see, a little bit different colored on the front there. That's because they had to be speared to be put on the trailer, and then I also try to use the same spear holes again to get them off the trailer. So this is what they kind of look like. Fortunately, this one kind of was a dud and didn't come off all that great, and so I have a little bit more taping to do. So we have this stuff, silage tape here. It's pretty wide. It's to help keep the oxygen out. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure we keep all the oxygen out of these bales, so that way they still ensile correctly. These were baled here, they were baled in October, so they started to ensile, but so we poked the holes in them just to get them offloaded and loaded. So that's why we got them all taped up now, except for one last bale. So basically what we're trying to do here is to cover up all these holes, these little puncture holes, with this tape. See, there's a couple here. Like I said, this one here was a dud when it came off. It didn't want to come off the trailer because you can kind of see that flat spot on the top. That's what surely didn't help this bale at all. So we're going to get this thing taped up. Like I said, it's pretty easy. Clean the area off so that way the tape will stick. Sometimes this tape just doesn't like to cut, so we'll cut it off. But we'll get all these holes filled in here and go from there. With these big holes, sometimes it can be a pain in the butt to tape them. We're gonna do it multiple layers over multiple layers over multiple layers. We're actually gonna start at the bottom with this bottom one, get it sealed up because we'll probably end up using it to run tape against as well. Sometimes this tape does not like to rip. We got her. Okay. It's not exactly the most pretty thing in the world to have this. We try not to have to do this. Like I said, this will be the 6 bales that we bought. Every now and again we'll get a spot on ours that'll kind of tear. If they rub up against another one, like on the corner, if there's like a hard rub, we'll throw some tape on it. But aside from that, not normally do we ever have to tape any of ours. Like I said, every so often we'll tape a few, but And normally they're just little tiny puncture holes, nothing, just enough that it's going to let air in and let that area rot there. And of course we don't want anything to rot. We want to be able to feed the full thing. And the cows are in the wrong pasture again, second time today, but Joe's here helping, so let's get him back in. Let's go. On in. On in. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go. You can't go there. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, go. Go. It's your mother. I know, you're probably in trouble. That's right.
Don't you complain, you got yourselves into this.
That's right. Thanks, Joe. Well, all the cows are back in down there. They're not real happy about it, but you know, it's their own fault. They had fresh green grass to eat today, and the next one up, and they all wanted to come into this one, which isn't fenced off yet. So, oh well, that's the way the ball falls. But they're all back in now, and well, I guess that's that. I guess we'll throw a bale in for them for the day since they didn't want to stay in. But today's November 2nd, 3rd, something like that. See, that hillside is getting kind of bare over there. They had our first snowflakes today. So, it's time. It's that time of year. What can we say?